"Ethan, we need to talk." Emily said it softly, like the words themselves might break if she pushed too hard. I looked up from the dinner table where I had been scrolling through wedding venues. Her eyes didn't match her voice. They were too calm, too distant, like she had already rehearsed this moment 100 times. "What's wrong?" I asked, trying to smile like nothing was falling apart. She sat across from me, hands folded in her lap, shoulders tight. "I think I need some space." My heart dropped so hard I felt it in my stomach. Space? From what? From us. She didn't answer right away, and that silence felt louder than shouting. "It's not you," she said, the classic line that always meant it absolutely was me. "Work has been stressful. I feel burned out. I just need time to breathe." I stared at her, trying to understand how the woman who used to plan our future with excitement now sounded like she was talking to a stranger. "We can work through this," I said quickly. "Whatever it is, we can fix it together." She looked down, and that hurt more than anything. Emily never avoided my eyes unless she was hiding something. "I don't want to talk about it right now," she whispered. "I just need to be alone for a while." My chest tightened. "Emily, did I do something?" "No," she said too fast. "You didn't." I leaned forward. "Then what changed?" She shook her head, her blonde hair brushing her cheek. "I just need space. That's it." But her voice was empty, like she had already walked out of the relationship days before saying this. My phone buzzed on the table. It was Michael. "Pick up," his message said. I ignored it. I knew he would tell me something I wasn't ready to hear. Instead, I asked, "How long do you want space for?" She shrugged. "I don't know. A week? Maybe more. I'll stay at my sister's place." "So you're leaving tonight?" I asked. She nodded. "Yeah. I already packed some things." She stood up and walked to the bedroom. I followed her slowly, each step feeling heavier than the last. Her suitcase was already open on the bed. Clothes folded. Makeup bag zipped. Toothbrush gone. She had prepared for this long before telling me. "Emily, why didn't you talk to me sooner?" She didn't turn around. "Because I knew you'd try to fix it." "Of course I'd try," I whispered. "You're my fiancée." She paused but didn't look at me. "That's exactly why I need space." That sentence cut deeper than anything else she said that night. I sat on the edge of the bed, watching her zip her suitcase. "Emily, I love you. You know that, right?" She sighed. "I know. And that's what makes this harder." "Harder for who?" I asked. She finally met my eyes. Hers were calm. Too calm. Like she had already made peace with leaving me behind. My phone buzzed again. Another message from Michael. "Bro, call me. Something's not right." Emily glanced at the screen, then looked away. "You should talk to him," she said quietly. "He's worried about you." "He's worried about us," I corrected. She didn't respond. I reached for her hand, but she pulled it back gently. "Ethan, please don't make this harder." "Harder?" It already felt impossible to breathe. "I just don't understand," I said. "We were planning our wedding 2 months ago. You were excited. You talked about colors, flowers, everything." She swallowed. "People change." "Not this fast," I whispered. "Not without a reason." She closed the suitcase. The sound felt final, like a door slamming shut inside my chest. She walked past me, heading to the living room. I followed her again, even though every step hurt. "Emily, I want to fix whatever this is." She didn't stop. At the door, she finally turned to me. "Ethan, I'm sorry." I waited for her to explain something, anything, but she didn't. She just tightened her grip on the suitcase handle. "Please take care of yourself," she said. Her eyes looked glassy, but not from tears. From detachment. "Emily, please don't go like this," I said. She reached for the doorknob. "I have to." "Why?" I asked one last time. She hesitated just long enough for hope to spark, then burn. "I just need space," she repeated. The door opened. Cold air rushed in. She stepped outside without looking back. The door closed slowly, almost gently, as if even it felt bad for me. The sound echoed in the apartment, louder than any argument we ever had. I stood there for a long time, staring at the door like she might walk back in if I waited hard enough. My phone buzzed again. Michael was calling this time. I picked up, my voice barely working. "She's gone," I said. He didn't ask who, he already knew. "Ethan, what happened?" he asked. "She said she needs space." He was silent for a few seconds. "Man, that doesn't sound right." "Maybe she's just stressed," I said, though even I didn't believe it. Michael exhaled loudly. "Bro, Emily hasn't sounded happy in weeks." You sure nothing else is going on? I rubbed my forehead and looked around the empty apartment. I don't know anymore. Do you want me to come over? He asked. I shook my head even though he couldn't see me. No. I need a minute. Ethan, listen, he said, voice firm now. Sometimes people don't ask for space. They ask for distance because they already stepped away. His words landed like a punch. I didn't answer him. I just sank onto the couch and stared at the quiet room that suddenly felt too big for one person. Ethan, you there? He asked again. Yeah, I whispered, though my throat felt tight. I'm here. But I didn't feel here at all. I felt abandoned in a way I never expected. The morning after Emily left felt like waking up underwater. Everything was quiet, heavy, and slow. I checked my phone the second my eyes opened. Nothing. No call. No message. Not even a simple good morning, something she used to send before brushing her teeth. I typed, "Are you okay?" I erased it. Then typed, "Can we talk?" Erased that too. Finally, I just wrote, "I'm here if you need me." She didn't reply. At work, I walked in like a ghost. Laura noticed immediately. "Ethan, you look awful." "What happened?" "Nothing," I said. She raised an eyebrow. "That's the most obvious lie you've told all year." I forced a weak smile. "Emily just needed some time alone." Laura frowned. "Time alone? Did you two fight?" "No. She just said she needs space." Laura's expression softened. "I'm sorry. That must hurt." I didn't say anything. I didn't trust my voice. During lunch, she sat across from me. "You barely ate your breakfast. Eat something at least." "I'm not hungry," I muttered. She leaned forward. "Ethan, are you sure she's okay?" "I don't know," I admitted. "She's not talking to me." My phone stayed silent the entire day. Every vibration I imagined wasn't real. By the time I got home, the silence felt like a living thing sitting beside me on the couch. I opened old photos of Emily, her smile, her silly poses, her voice notes laughing at nothing. They all felt like memories from someone else's life. I finally sent her a message, "I love you. Please talk to me." No reply. The next day, Laura came to my desk. "Any updates?" I shook my head. "Still nothing?" "No." She hesitated. "Ethan, people are talking." "About what?" "Emily. And Daniel Hayes." My heart skipped. "What about them?" She looked uneasy. "I don't want to hurt you. Just tell me." Laura sighed. "Some people said they saw her and Daniel together. After work. Multiple times." I laughed weakly. "It's a rumor. People talk all the time." She didn't look convinced. "Are you sure?" "Daniel is her boss. They probably had meetings, that's all." But the doubt planted itself inside me like a thorn. That night I called Emily. Straight to voicemail. "Emily, please," I said into the phone. "Just tell me if you're all right." I waited. Nothing. Michael called. "Any response from her?" "No." "She blocked you?" "No. I think she just turned off her notifications. Or she's busy." "Ethan, she didn't ask for space. Something else is going on." I rubbed my forehead. "No. She wouldn't do that to me." Michael sighed. "Man, you're hurting yourself." 3 days passed. No contact. On the 4th day, Laura came to my desk again. "You're dropping files. You're walking into doors. This isn't you." "I'm fine," I lied. "You're not." "I just miss her," I whispered. Laura's voice softened. "I know. But don't destroy yourself over silence." I went home early and sat on the edge of my bed, staring at my phone. I typed again, "Just tell me you're okay." Nothing. I typed, "Do you still love me?" Still nothing. I typed, "Are we over?" Deleted it. That night I called Michael again. "Bro, I feel like I'm going crazy," I said. "You're not crazy. You're heartbroken. I keep telling myself she'll come back." "Do you believe that?" I swallowed hard. "I don't know." The next morning at work, I overheard 2 colleagues whispering near the coffee machine. "I saw Emily at the mall with Daniel," one said. "Are you sure?" "Positive. They looked pretty close." I froze. My chest tightened. Laura must have seen my face because she hurried over. "Ethan, don't listen to gossip." "Are they right?" I asked quietly. She didn't know what to say. My phone buzzed. My heart jumped. Finally a message. But it was just an email from work. I walked outside for air. Michael called again. "You okay?" he asked. "No. People saw her with Daniel." "They could be wrong," he said, but even he didn't sound confident. "She hasn't texted me in almost a week." That's not normal, he admitted. I sank onto a bench. Michael, what if she's really done with me? He didn't answer right away. Then she's a coward for not saying it to your face. I breathed out shakily. I can't lose her. You already lost the version of her you loved. Those words stung. That night I stared at my bedroom ceiling for hours. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Emily walking out with her suitcase. Around midnight Laura texted me. Please eat something tonight. I replied, I'll try. She answered, You're not alone, okay? Her kindness made something inside me crack. I checked Emily's Instagram. She hadn't posted anything. No hint of where she was. But Daniel had posted a story at a fancy restaurant. A dimly lit table. 2 wine glasses. One hand visible across the table. A woman's hand. My heart raced. Was it hers? I zoomed in. The bracelet looked familiar, but it wasn't clear. I sent the picture to Michael. He replied instantly, Bro, look at this. He sent me a link to a photo someone posted online. My stomach dropped. It was Emily. At dinner. With Daniel. Her smile soft, almost shy. His hand on the table near hers. My breath left my body like someone punched me. Michael called immediately. Ethan, are you seeing this? Yeah, I whispered. Say something. But I couldn't. The silence inside me was louder than anything else. I ended the call and stared at the screen again. Emily's smile felt like a blade. The silence hadn't just broken me. It had buried me. I called Emily the moment I woke up. The picture Michael had shown me kept flashing in my head like a warning sign I couldn't ignore. When she finally answered, her voice sounded irritated, not surprised. Why are you calling this early, Ethan? She asked. I saw a picture, I said. You and Daniel. At dinner. You didn't tell me about that. She sighed loudly. It was a normal company dinner. Why are you making it sound like something else? Because you never mentioned it, I said. And you look close. Oh my God, she snapped. Are you serious right now? I told you I needed space and you're acting like some jealous police officer. I'm not jealous, I said, though I could feel the tightness in my chest. I just want honesty. Well, then trust what I'm telling you, she said. It was a professional dinner. Stop overthinking. Her tone wasn't just defensive. It was cold. Sure. Different. Emily, can you just talk to me like you used to? I asked. I'm trying here. Yeah, well, I'm tired, she muttered. I don't need this stress. Stress from me or from something else? I asked quietly. She went silent for 2 seconds too long. Goodbye, Ethan, she said, and the call ended. I stared at my phone, feeling the ache spread deeper. Later that evening, my mother knocked on my bedroom door. Ethan? Can I come in? Yeah, I said, forcing myself to sit up straighter. She walked in with a warm smile that faded the second she saw my face. You've been quiet for days, she said. Is everything okay with Emily? I tried to lie, but my voice cracked. She wanted space. Mom sat beside me. Couples fight, but she hasn't been visiting. And she didn't come to Sunday dinner. Is something else going on? I looked down. I don't know. She won't talk to me. She gets irritated when I ask anything. Mom placed a hand on mine. Love shouldn't feel like walking on broken glass. I swallowed hard. Maybe she's stressed. My mom shook her head slightly, worry in her eyes. Or maybe she's hiding something. Those words hit harder than I wanted to admit. The next morning at work, I tried to bury myself in tasks, but my mind kept drifting. I barely noticed Ryan from HR approaching until he tapped my desk. Hey Ethan, he whispered, leaning in. Can I talk to you for a second? Sure, I said, following him to a quiet corner. He crossed his arms. Listen, I'm not trying to stir drama, but I heard something about Daniel Hayes. My stomach tightened. What about him? Ryan looked around before speaking. He has a pattern. Every few months he gets close to one of the female staff. Real close. Then things fall apart. Relationships, engagements, you get the idea. I frowned. Why are you telling me this? Because I saw him with Emily once, he said. Outside the office. They were laughing like. He stopped himself. Like what? I pushed. Like two people who weren't just co-workers. My heart hammered so loudly I could hear it in my ears. You're sure it was her? Ryan nodded slowly. Yeah. I didn't want to assume anything, but after hearing about your break, I thought you should know. I rubbed my forehead. Maybe you're mistaken. Maybe it wasn't what it looked like. Ryan gave me a sympathetic look. Just be careful. Daniel isn't who he pretends to be. I didn't want to believe him. I didn't want to believe anyone. But everything was stacking up. The sudden space, the cold voice, the secret dinners. After work, I messaged Emily again. Can we talk? Not right now. When then? Later. Emily, this is hurting me. Ethan, stop. I need time. She didn't even bother calling. Just short, dry text that felt like blades. That night Michael came over without asking. He walked straight in and sat on my couch. You look like crap, he said. Thanks, I muttered. He leaned forward. Did you talk to her? Yeah, I said. She says it was a normal dinner. Michael snorted. Right. Because normal dinners happen secretly and end with you needing space from your fiancée. I glared at him. Not helping. He softened a little. Look, man. I know you love her, but something isn't adding up. I know, I whispered. But I don't want to think the worst. Michael placed a hand on my shoulder. Sometimes the worst is already happening. We're just the last to see it. His words lingered in the air like smoke. Later that night, I scrolled through Emily's old pictures. Her smile. Her little notes. The videos where she told me she loved me more than anything. I tried to find that version of her in the woman I had spoken to earlier, but she felt gone. I texted her again, unable to stop myself. Emily, can we fix this? No reply. I waited an hour. Then 2. Then 3. Finally, a message arrived. I'm blocking you for a while. I need real space. Don't contact me. My chest tightened so hard I thought I might faint. I typed desperately. Wait, Emily, please don't do this. But the message didn't deliver. She blocked me. I stared at the screen, numb. It felt like she had slammed a door in my face and locked it from the other side. Michael called immediately. What happened? She blocked me, I whispered. Michael didn't speak for a moment. Ethan. I'm sorry. I closed my eyes, feeling a sharp, deep ache spreading through my ribs. I don't understand how she changed so fast. Michael sighed. People don't change fast. They change long before we notice. I didn't answer. I just sat there, the silence closing in around me, heavier than anything I'd ever felt. And for the first time, I realized I might be losing Emily for good. I didn't realize how fast a person could fall apart until those days came. My phone stayed silent. Emily didn't message me, didn't apologize, didn't explain. It was like I had been erased from her world. And somehow, I still woke up every morning hoping for a text that never came. Ethan, you look awful, Laura said when I walked into the office. I shrugged. I'm fine. You're not, she insisted. Did you even eat? I'm not hungry. She sighed, shaking her head. You can't do this to yourself. I'll be okay, I lied. I just need time. But time wasn't helping. My nights felt endless. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, remembering Emily's voice, her laughter, her warmth. Every memory stabbed me like a knife. The Emily in my head was still the girl who whispered, I love you, not the one who blocked me for asking questions. One afternoon, Laura sat beside me in the break room. Talk to me, she said. There's nothing to talk about. There is, she insisted gently. You're hurting so much you can't even stand straight. I laughed under my breath, a humorless sound. Maybe I deserve it. Laura frowned. You don't deserve anything she's doing. I looked at the floor, my voice small. Then why does it feel like I do? She placed a hand on my shoulder. Because you're blaming yourself for her choices. Those words sank into me. Choices. Emily's choices. Not my failures. Not some flaw inside me. Still, my chest felt tight and I whispered, she didn't need space, she needed to get away from me. Laura sighed heavily. No. She needed to do whatever she's doing without accountability. What do you think she's doing? I asked. Laura hesitated. I don't know. But I know she's not acting like someone who just needs space. For the first time, I didn't defend Emily. And that scared me more than anything. That evening, Michael called. I'm picking you up, he said. I'm not going anywhere. You are, he replied firmly. Get outside. He arrived 5 minutes later, leaning against his car with crossed arms. You're losing yourself, he said as I walked up. I'm trying, I muttered. No, you're torturing yourself. There's a difference. He opened the car door. Get in. We're talking. I didn't argue. I couldn't. My legs moved on their own. We drove around the city for a while, streetlights crawling across the windshield like little ghosts. Neither of us spoke at first. Finally, Michael said, Ethan, there's something I didn't tell you. My stomach nodded. What is it? He gripped the steering wheel. I didn't want to say it because I wasn't sure. And I didn't want to hurt you. Just tell me, I whispered. He took a deep breath. A while ago, maybe a month and a half, I saw Emily getting into a car. Whose car? He hesitated. Daniel's. My heart stopped. Daniel Hayes? Yeah. Where? Outside his apartment building. I felt my lungs shrinking. What time? Michael closed his eyes. Around 11 at night. Everything inside me shattered at once. Ethan? No, I said quickly. No, she wouldn't do that. Michael looked at me with a mixture of sympathy and guilt. I hoped I was wrong. That's why I didn't say anything. I thought maybe there was some explanation. There isn't, I whispered. There's no explanation for that. My hands trembled. My vision blurred. My voice cracked as I said, she said she needed space. She said she was stressed. Michael placed a hand on my shoulder. Man, she lied. I shook my head over and over. I loved her. I did everything for her. Why did she? Michael tightened his grip. Because some people don't know how to value loyalty. My chest ached so badly I thought I might pass out. Every memory of Emily started changing shape. Her late replies. Her sudden coldness. Her new clothes. Her new makeup. Her canceled dates. Her excuses. They all formed one truth. She wasn't pulling away from life. She was pulling away from me. Ethan, Michael said softly, you didn't lose her. She left. His words were gentle, but they broke me completely. I can't believe I didn't see it, I whispered. You did, he replied. You just didn't want to. A tear slipped down my cheek and I quickly wiped it. She replaced me, didn't she? Michael didn't answer, and that silence was all the confirmation I needed. I leaned back in the seat, breath shaking. She said she needed space, but she was already with him. Michael nodded slowly. Yeah. She didn't drift away from me, I said, voice cracking. She chose someone else. We sat there in the dark, the car silent except for my uneven breathing. I'm sorry, Michael murmured. It's not your fault, I said. I thought she loved me. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. But she sure as hell didn't respect you. I let out a weak laugh. That's even worse. Michael sighed. What are you going to do now? I closed my eyes. I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. He drove me home in silence. When I stepped out of the car, he said, You're stronger than this. You'll get through it. I didn't feel strong. I felt like a hollow version of myself. Back inside my apartment, everything reminded me of Emily, the blanket she liked, the mug she used, the photo frame on the shelf. I picked it up. It was the picture of us at the beach, laughing with sunburned cheeks. In the photo, her arms wrapped around me like she never wanted to let go. That girl was gone. I sank onto the couch, gripping the frame. My voice came out in a whisper I could barely hear. She replaced me. The words hung in the air, heavy and final. And for the first time since she asked for space, I finally understood the truth. My phone buzzed while I was lying on my bed, staring at the ceiling like I had been doing for days. I didn't even want to check it, but something in me said, look. When I picked it up, the number was unknown. Ethan, it's Chloe. Please don't ignore this. My heart tightened. Chloe? Emily's cousin. I swallowed hard and typed back, What's going on? Her reply came fast. I can't stay quiet anymore. I sat up. Quiet about what? My fingers shook as I sent it. She called. I answered with a shaky breath. Chloe? Why are you? I'm sorry, she whispered. Her voice sounded scared. But you deserve to know the truth. My stomach dropped. What truth? It's about Emily, she said. And Daniel. I felt the air leave my body. Chloe, don't. Please don't tell me what I think you're going to tell me. I have to, she said. I've watched you fall apart for weeks. I can't let you keep blaming yourself. I closed my eyes. Just say it. She's been seeing Daniel for months, she said. Long before she told you she needed space. It felt like someone punched me in the chest. No, Emily wouldn't do that. She did, Chloe said softly. I'm sorry. My voice cracked. You're sure? You're not mistaken? I have screenshots, she said. She used to vent to me. She said she was confused, that Daniel made her feel important, that he offered her a better future. I didn't agree with her. I told her she was making a mistake. But she didn't stop. My hands shook as I held the phone. Send them. I will, she whispered. But Ethan, before that you need to know something else. My heart thudded painfully. What now? There was a long pause. She's pregnant. I felt the world tilt. What? She's pregnant, Chloe repeated. And she doesn't know if the baby is Daniel's. I couldn't speak. I couldn't breathe. My thoughts crashed into each other, refusing to settle. That's why she left you, Chloe added. She needed space to figure things out. But really, she needed space from you because she wasn't sure who the father was. I pressed my palm to my eyes, fighting the burning behind them. I can't believe this. I'm sorry, she said again. I told her to tell you. I begged her. She didn't listen. She said you were too good, and she didn't want to hurt you. I laughed, but it wasn't a real laugh. She didn't want to hurt me? Chloe, she destroyed me. I know, she whispered. A notification buzzed. Chloe had sent the screenshots. I opened them slowly like they might explode in my hands. Emily's messages flashed across my screen. I can't stop thinking about Daniel. He understands me more than Ethan. He makes me feel alive. I think I'm choosing Daniel. What if the baby is his? I dropped the phone on the bed and covered my face with both hands. Why would she do this to me? Chloe spoke softly, because she was selfish and stupid. And because Daniel made promises he had no intention of keeping. She thought she could have everything. Tears fell before I could stop them. 4 years I gave her everything. Every piece of me. I know, she said. That's why I called. I wiped my eyes and picked up the phone again. Where is she now? With Daniel, Chloe said, sounding disgusted. But things aren't good. He's pulling away. His family hates her. They're calling her a liar. Good, I muttered before I could stop myself. Chloe inhaled sharply. Ethan. I know this is cruel, but you deserve someone who chooses you without hesitation. I didn't deserve this, I whispered. Not like this. No, you didn't. I stared at the screenshots again. Every word sliced deeper. So she left me, to hide the pregnancy, I said slowly, feeling the truth settle like broken glass in my chest. Yes, Chloe said. She was terrified you'd find out. She didn't want to face you. My jaw clenched. She should have told me. She owed me that. I agree. But she didn't. And I'm sorry. I took a shaky breath. Chloe? Yeah. Why tell me now? Because I saw your Instagram story earlier. You posted a picture of you looking empty. Like you were done living. And I panicked. I couldn't let you blame yourself anymore. I sat quietly for a moment. Thank you, I said finally. She exhaled. Please don't go after her. Don't beg her. She doesn't deserve it. I shook my head. I won't. I'm done. Good, she whispered. Take care of yourself. I will, I said, though I didn't fully believe it. Good night, Chloe. Good night. I hung up and stared at the ceiling again, but this time everything felt heavier. My chest burned. My throat hurt. My heart felt ripped open. But under all that pain was something new. Something boiling. Anger. I picked up my phone one more time, looked at Emily's name in our old message thread, and whispered to myself, I'm done chasing you. Then I turned the screen off. For the first time in weeks. I finally meant it. I stared at myself in the gym mirror, sweat dripping down my neck, my chest rising and falling hard. It had been weeks since I'd stepped inside a gym, and now I was pushing through the pain like I was trying to fight my way back into my own body. Dude, you're actually here, Michael said, walking beside me with a smirk. Don't get too excited, I muttered. I still feel like crap. That's fine. Feeling like crap is step 1. Showing up is step 2. I exhaled, grabbing the water bottle. I'm trying. That's all I can do. And that's enough, he said. After the workout, I walked into the office the next morning feeling lighter, even if the weight in my chest hadn't disappeared. Laura spotted me and rushed over. Ethan, you're early. And you look alive. That's the goal, I said. She crossed her arms. Did you eat today? I grabbed something. Real food or vending machine regret? I cracked a small smile. A bagel. Calm down. She sighed in relief. Good. I was about to force feed you myself. We walked toward our desks and she leaned closer. I heard something weird today, she whispered. My shoulders tensed. What now? It's about Emily. Of course it was. I swallowed. What did you hear? Well, Daniel's family hates her, she said quietly. Really hates her. People say they think she trapped him. I frowned. Trapped him how? You know how, she said softly. The pregnancy. My stomach twisted. So they're blaming her? Pretty much. They want nothing to do with her. I shook my head. That's their mess. I'm not involved. Laura rested a hand on my arm. I'm just telling you so you don't get blindsided later. Blindsided? Like how Emily blindsided me. During lunch my phone buzzed. Emily, hey. I stared at the message for a long minute. After almost 2 months of silence, that was it. Hey. Michael leaned over. Don't open it. I wasn't going to, I said. He nodded. Good. She doesn't deserve a single word. But she didn't stop. Another text came through that evening. Emily, can we talk? Please? I put my phone face down. A few days later, a longer message arrived. Emily, I'm sorry, Ethan. I know I hurt you. You didn't deserve any of it. I'm falling apart. Please just give me one chance to explain. I read it once and deleted it. Not replied. Deleted. That was when karma began showing its teeth. At work, people whispered more freely now. I heard Daniel doesn't bring her to meetings anymore. Apparently she showed up crying last week. His family made him cut her off. I kept my head down, but inside I felt something strange, something almost like peace. One afternoon, Laura pushed her chair beside mine. I know you delete her messages, she said. I don't need to hear her excuses, I replied. She's losing control. And honestly, she paused. She deserves to feel all the weight she dropped on you. I nodded slowly. Maybe. But I'm not doing anything. That's the best part, she said. Karma doesn't need your help. When I left the office that day, I ran into Ryan near the elevator. Hey man, he said. How's life? Better than before, I said honestly. That's good. Because things on her side? Not pretty. I tensed. I don't need details. You don't. But I'll tell you one thing, Daniel isn't treating her well. People say he avoids her at work now. I shrugged. Not my business. Ryan smiled. That's the spirit. At home, I scrolled through old photos for the first time without crying. I looked at Emily laughing on the beach, Emily hugging me, Emily wearing the necklace I gave her. For years, she had been the center of my world. Now she was a shadow walking through her own downfall. Later that night, another message came in. Emily, Ethan. I really need you. I'm not okay. Please answer me. I locked my phone. The next day, Laura caught me staring at the window and nudged my shoulder. You looked like you were thinking too hard, she said. I'm just tired, I replied. Of her? Of everything. She nodded. Well, you're handling it better now. Because there's nothing left to lose, I murmured. No, she said. Because you finally stopped breaking for someone who didn't care enough to hold you together. Her words stayed with me all day. A week later, Michael invited me out for coffee. You look stronger, he said. I feel stronger, I admitted. He leaned back. And she looks worse. Did you hear she got uninvited from Daniel's family event? No. Yeah. Apparently they called her temporary. I stared at my cup. She chose them over me. And they dropped her, he said. Life works like that sometimes. I didn't smile. But I also didn't hurt. That night, Emily sent the longest message yet, lines and lines of apologies, explanations, regrets, and begging. I'm sorry for everything. I miss you. Please don't hate me. I made a mistake. I need you. I read every word. Then I put my phone down without responding. The next morning, Laura walked up behind me in the office kitchen. You ignored her again? Yes. How does it feel? I thought about it. Like choosing myself for once. She smiled. Good. That's what you needed. As days passed, Emily's messages got desperate. Emily, why won't you answer? Emily, I need to explain. Emily, please, Ethan. Please. I closed each one without replying. Friends who used to admire her now whispered about her. She's not invited anywhere anymore. No one trusts her. She looks exhausted. Daniel left her alone at the office lunch. I didn't take joy in it, but I didn't feel guilty either. One evening Michael called. Bro, she showed up at Daniel's building yelling at him. And? He ignored her. Left her standing there. I was silent. You okay? He asked. Yeah, I said softly. I'm okay. For the first time in months I actually meant it. Karma wasn't loud. Karma didn't crash down like a storm. It took its time. It moved slowly. It whispered. And I watched quietly as it delivered everything I didn't have the strength to give myself. I wasn't healed yet. But I was getting there, step by step, day by day. And for once, Emily was the one losing sleep, not me. I was about to turn off the lights when someone banged on my apartment door. It wasn't a normal knock. It was frantic, desperate, like someone trying not to fall apart. I frowned and walked over, half expecting Michael or maybe a neighbor. But when I opened the door, my heart stopped. "Ethan, please," Emily whispered. She stood there crying, shaking, her hair a mess, and her hands wrapped around her stomach like she was trying to protect herself from the world. For a moment I couldn't breathe. I hadn't seen her in months. She looked smaller, weaker, nothing like the woman who walked out of my life like it was easy. "What are you doing here?" I asked, my voice flat. She stepped forward. "Please, let me come inside." "No," I said instantly. "Say what you need to say here." She wiped her tears with trembling fingers. "Daniel, he threw me out. He said the baby isn't his." I stared at her. "And you came to me because, what? I'm your backup option?" "It's not like that," she cried. "Please, Ethan, I didn't know where else to go." "You could have gone to your parents," I said. "They won't talk to me," she whispered. "They said I ruined everything. They told me to figure it out on my own." I crossed my arms. "So you came to the man you betrayed?" She flinched, her whole body folding in. "I know I hurt you. I know what I did was unforgivable, but please listen to me." I didn't speak. I just stared at her, waiting. She swallowed hard. "Daniel said he loved me. He said he was serious about a future. But once I got pregnant, everything changed. He kept asking questions, doubting me, accusing me. Tonight he said he wants a DNA test because he doesn't believe the baby is his." He yelled at me. He said I trapped him. I leaned against the doorframe. "And did you?" Her eyes widened. "No, Ethan, I swear I didn't. I wasn't trying to trap anyone." "But you did cheat," I said. "You lied. You hid things. You blocked me so you could run to him in peace. You don't get to pretend you were innocent." She broke down again, covering her face. I know, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I ruined everything." "You ruined me," I corrected. She looked up slowly. "I never wanted to hurt you." "Then why did you?" I asked. "Why him? Why lie? Why throw me away like I meant nothing?" "Because I was stupid," she whispered. "Because he made me feel seen. Because I thought he could give me more. I was wrong. I was so wrong." I let out a shaky laugh. "It took him throwing you out for you to realize that?" "No," she said softly. "It took losing you." My chest tightened, but I kept my face cold. She reached toward me, but I stepped back. Her hand fell. "Ethan, please don't hate me." "I don't hate you," I said. "I'm just done letting you break me." She covered her stomach again like instinct. "Please, I don't know what to do. I don't have anyone." "You had him," I said. "You chose him. You left me for him. You got pregnant with him while telling me you needed space." "I didn't know I was pregnant then," she cried. "I swear I didn't." "It doesn't make it better," I said. "You still cheated. You still left." She shook her head violently. "But I loved you." "No," I cut in. "If you loved me, you wouldn't have gone to another man. You wouldn't have lied. You wouldn't have destroyed everything we built." She took a shaky breath. "Daniel treated me like trash these last few weeks. He blamed me for everything. He barely talked to me. He stopped taking me anywhere. I regretted it every day, Ethan. I thought about coming back so many times." "Then why didn't you?" I asked. "Because I was ashamed," she said. "Because I didn't think you'd even look at me." "You were right." She cried harder, gripping the railing beside my door to stay upright. "Please, I don't need you to take me back. I need help. I need someone who knows me. Someone who cared about me once." "I'm not your emergency exit," I said. She covered her mouth, trying to stop a sob. "I don't know where else to go tonight." I looked at her in silence for a long moment. She looked fragile, broken, alone. Part of me felt sorry for her. But the bigger part remembered nights I cried until morning. Remembered the way she walked out without turning back. Remembered the lies, the betrayal, the screenshots Chloe showed me. "Ethan, please," she whispered again. "You made your bed," I said softly. "Now you're living in it." She shook her head. "I didn't come for a second chance. I came because I'm scared, Ethan." "And I was scared for months," I replied. "Where were you then?" She clutched her stomach again. "Can I just sit for a minute? Not inside, just here in the hallway?" "No," I said quietly. "You shouldn't be here at all." Her voice cracked. "So you're turning me away?" "I'm choosing myself," I said. "Something I should have done a long time ago." She stared at me like she didn't recognize the man in front of her. Maybe she didn't. I wasn't the same broken guy she left behind. Not anymore. "I'm sorry," she whispered again. "For everything." "I know," I said. "But sorry doesn't erase what you did." Then what do I do? She asked. Figure it out, I said. Like you told me to. She covered her face as another sob escaped her. Please? Ethan, don't leave me like this. You left me first. She reached toward me again, desperate, but I stepped back into my apartment. Her hand hung in the air, shaking. Goodbye, Emily, I said. Her knees buckled and she leaned against the wall, crying so hard it echoed down the hallway. I closed the door slowly, not slamming it, not rushing, just letting it shut the same way she did months ago. Quietly, coldly, completely. And for the first time, I didn't collapse after the door closed. I just whispered to myself, I'm finally done. When I woke up that morning, the apartment felt different. Quieter. Calmer. Maybe it was because I finally slept without nightmares. Or maybe it was because I hadn't checked my phone all night, and for once, Emily's name wasn't the first thing haunting my thoughts. I stretched, took a deep breath, and whispered to myself, I'm getting better. At work, Laura smiled when she saw me walk in. You look lighter, she said. Do I? I asked, dropping my bag. Yeah, she nodded. Like you finally let something go. Maybe I did, I replied. She leaned closer. Did she text again? I pulled out my phone and shook my head. I didn't check. Laura raised an eyebrow. That's progress. Or exhaustion, I muttered. Whatever it is, she said softly, I'm proud of you. Later, during lunch, Michael called. Dude, you sound alive today, he said. I'm trying, I replied. You're doing more than trying. You're moving on. I don't know if I'm that far yet, I admitted. Well, he said, you're on the right track. I spent the next few weeks focusing on work. My manager offered me a position on a new project team traveling to different branches. I couldn't believe it. You're choosing me? I asked. You earned it, he said. You've been more focused lately. Maybe pain really could turn into drive. One night, while finishing a report, my phone buzzed with a long message. Emily again. I didn't open it. I just stared at her name glowing on the screen. Laura noticed. Are you going to read it? No. Good, she said. She doesn't deserve a second chance to hurt you. It's not even about deserving anymore, I said. It's about peace. Then choose peace, she whispered. I did. I muted her messages. A week later, Michael and I grabbed dinner. He chewed his food slowly and said, You're changing, man. In a good way. I feel different, I admitted. He nodded. Every scar changes us. Yeah, I said, laughing softly, but I'm not done healing. You will be, he replied. Even my mom noticed the change. You're smiling again, she said as she handed me tea. Trying to, I replied. I'm proud of you, Ethan. Some people never rise after heartbreak. But look at you. You're standing again. Her words almost made me tear up. Thanks, Mom. The more I healed, the more Emily's messages became desperate. Short ones, then long paragraphs, then voice notes. Ethan, please talk to me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I need you. Please don't leave me alone. I left all of them unread. One evening, Laura approached me. There's a rumor again. About what? Daniel, she said. He got transferred to another city. And, apparently he told people the baby might not be his. I froze. What? She nodded. He's distancing himself from her. People are talking. And Emily? She's losing friends. Even her own team is avoiding her. I let out a slow breath. Karma, I whispered. Laura nodded gently. Sometimes the world corrects itself. As weeks passed, I built my strength piece by piece. Gym every morning. Work every afternoon. Peace every night. Then one Saturday afternoon it happened. I went to the grocery store near my apartment. I was picking apples when someone said my name quietly. Ethan? My heart skipped. I turned and saw her, Emily. She looked nothing like the woman who left me. Her eyes were tired, her face pale, her hair messy like she had given up trying. She held her stomach with one hand, like she was protecting something fragile. Hi, I said quietly. She stepped closer. You look different. Better? I asked calmly. She nodded with teary eyes. Yeah, better. What are you doing here? I asked. I moved into an apartment 2 blocks away, she whispered. Oh. Daniel left, she said. I took a breath. I know. Her lips trembled. Everyone left. I didn't say anything. Can we talk? She asked. We're talking, I replied. Not like this, she said, voice cracking. I mean, really talk. I stared at her. Why? She looked down. Because I messed up. Because I ruined everything. You did, I said. She nodded slowly. I know. She wiped her eyes. I thought Daniel loved me. I thought choosing him would give me a better life. And did it? I asked. She looked broken. No. I crossed my arms. Emily, you made your choice. She whispered, and it was the worst mistake of my life. The old me would have rushed to comfort her. The old me would have believed her tears. But that version of me died the night she walked out. How far along are you? I asked gently. For months, she whispered. And him? He doesn't want the baby, she said. And you came to me because? She looked into my eyes, desperate. Because you're the only man who ever really loved me. I felt something twist inside me, not love, not hate. Something final. Emily, I said softly, I'm sorry you're hurting. She stepped closer. Then please, take me back. I stepped back. No. She froze. Ethan, please. No, I repeated. Why? She cried. Because I'm not your backup plan, I said. Not your safety net. Not the man you run to when your new life falls apart. She covered her face as tears streamed down. I'm begging you. You begged Daniel too, I said quietly. I'm sure he remembers. She winced like the words physically hurt her. I deserve that, she whispered. Maybe, I said. But this isn't about punishment. It's about peace. She reached for my arm. Ethan. I pulled away. I forgave you. But I can't take you back. She cried harder. I have nothing left. You have your child, I said. And you, she whispered. No, I said. Not anymore. She looked at me like she didn't recognize me. You changed. I had to, I said. You left me no choice. We stood there in silence until she finally whispered, I'm sorry. I know, I said. I picked up my basket. Take care of yourself. She looked up, tears dripping. Is this really the end? Yes, I said gently. It is. I walked past her, not with anger, but peace. Actual peace. As I headed home, I whispered to myself, this is closure. And for the first time in months I felt free.